To me, I call it words on marble. I have discovered the secrets that after climbing a great hill, one finds many more hills to climb. I have taken a moment here to rest, to steal a view of the glorious vista that surrounds me, to look back on the distance I have come. But I can rest only for a moment, for with success comes responsibilities. And I dare not linger, for my long walk is not yet ended. My IG, that is my advice to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Like I said, you learn every day. I've been so ignorant about what the police does, but this last few days has really, really been an eye-opener. You know, you never, when you think about the police in Nigeria, I mean, how many of us actually think of intelligence gathering? You know, that the police actually spend time gathering intelligence just to keep us safe. You know, we just feel that, well, if a thief comes to my house today, the police doesn't catch him, then the police is not doing their job. You know, so thank you very, very much, sir, for that wonderful lecture that you've just given us. One thing I'm going to take from your lecture, and I know we're going to come to the book later on, but it's part of that book that the IG has written as well, is community policing. I know we'll come to that during the question and answer session, but community policing, you know, how much is it our duty to be as much policemen as those people in uniform? If your neighbor comes home with a brand new car every day and you don't question it or get the police to question it, then how can you say the police is not chasing? I mean, the policeman doesn't live next to your neighbor. Well, we'll come to that in a bit. I just want us to show a very, very quick video. I mean, we're showing these videos because it's the easiest way to get you to understand what we're trying to do here today. We're going to play a short panorama video on the Nigerian police, just to give you a feel of what the police does on a daily basis. Please. Unfortunately, I believe our gremlins have refused to go away.
But how many really see? There's good, there's evil.
Can we stop that, please?
What separates them?
Who is in charge of the PA? Can we stop that, please? Let's just continue if we don't have the video. Now, I think we should just, like we say, get this show on the road. The man who has brought all of us here, the Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar. We're about to invite him on stage and part of his management team, and all of us here are going to be able to ask him questions, you know. And being a journalist myself, I believe there's no question that should be out of place as long as you do it respectfully. So any question at all, you know, and I've had this conversation with the MD's team, you know, be fair with your questions, but be firm with your questions as well. You know, the IG is here to serve you. He's the Inspector General of Police, but he's actually our servant. You know, so be fair with your questions, but be firm with your questions. We're about to invite the Inspector General of Police, MD Abubakar, onto the stage. I'm just going to call upon the Force Public Relations Officer, Frank Mba. If you can come up here and do the honors for us, please. A round of applause for him, please. This is the Force PRO, Frank Mba.
Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to stand on already well-established protocol. My task this evening is simple: introduce my boss, the Inspector General of Police. The Inspector General of Police, IGP MD Abubakar, who hails from Gusau in Zamfara State, enlisted into the Nigerian Police Force on 31st July 1979. From the early days of his career, MD Abubakar, is fondly called by his friends and peers, showed very great signs of leadership and unparalleled passion for professionalism. This perhaps explained why, from the very early stage, he never let any opportunity that will help him to develop himself, develop his competencies, develop his capacity, and develop his ability to deliver on his core mandate of policing to slip by. His insatiable appetite for knowledge and unquenchable quest for wisdom saw him participating in several trainings. As a matter of fact, he is reputed to have participated in trainings in virtually all continents of the world. In Africa, he had his very first early training at the Police College, Lagos. Thereafter, he proceeded to Egypt, where he had his general security training at the prestigious Police Academy in Cairo. He is also an alumnus of Police Staff College, Jos, where he had both his intermediate and senior command courses respectively. He had a stint with the military, taking up his basic intelligence course at military school Badagry. He was later to proceed to Europe, visiting United Kingdom thrice, first at the Metropolitan Police Institute at West Hendon, where he had his training on general security and investigation. He was later to return to UK twice, including the 1 year he spent studying international security at University of Surrey. His sojourn in Europe also saw him visiting and studying in Israel twice. He was in Israel in 1996, where he spent time with Israel Command Forces, specializing in counter-terrorism and intelligence. He was later to return to Israel in 1997 for his training in crisis management and disaster handling. He later moved on to United States of America, where he also participated in a training at the FBI Academy, measuring again in intelligence and counter-terrorism. He was also in Malaysia, where he also had a training on the Mobile Police Training School of Malaysia, Malaysia Police Institute. At the very highest level, he also spent a year at the National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, Kuru, Jos, where he spent time studying strategic and management issues at an executive level. He has also had an illustrious career. He started out his career as a young inspector at Makurdi, the current capital of Benue State. He worked there severally at the state CID as an investigator and later as a prosecutor. From Makurdi, he proceeded to join the PMF and later became a unit commander at Mopo 23, Lagos. He was later to switch over to the intelligence unit, where he also functioned as the officer in charge of intelligence at the Force Intelligence Bureau at Force Headquarters Annex, Lagos. He was later to become the Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of State CID in the old Sokoto State, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Federal Operations, Force Headquarters, Lagos, Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of Airport Police Command, and later Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of Airport Police Command.